my name is Ólafur Arnalds, and we're here at NASA at Iceland Airwaves. We're going to play here tonight, and then we're heading off to the UK, where we'll start our Europe tour, which is the last leg of a very intense touring year. It's a total of 5 or 6 months of touring. So this is the last part. Hæ, ég heiti Ólafur Arnalds og ég kom út að leiða að tala ensku á Airwaves. Þannig ég tala íslensku. Sorry, útlendingar. Ég held að byggja að vera útlega hljóðlátur þegar við erum ekki rockband og spilum útlega hljóðlátt. So Iceland Airwaves is this festival in Reykjavík with loads of bands, like 50 Icelandic bands and a similar number of foreign bands probably. So we played here tonight, which was really great, packed house at NASA, really great show. And I just love this festival. There's so much things to see. You know, it's like a reunion of the Icelandic music scene. Like everyone is playing, so you get to meet everyone, like your friends you haven't seen for a long time. You see everyone at this festival, so it's great.
Do you still remember when we were little? We were playing in the park, and you asked me what happens when you die. I said, you forget everything, everything. Even you asked, yes, even me. You did not want to die. Never forget. The remains of what we used to have were taken away with the softest squeeze. How did I forget? How?
My mom and dad sent me to music school when I was 5. I learned the flute, and but I hated it. Well, I probably really liked it. And then I went to piano, but I hated that because it was not rock and roll enough. So I went to drums, which is loud and rock and roll. But and I stayed with drums. I studied drums in music school for 14 years, I think. Almost finished my education. I always kind of played piano on the side, you know, it's kind of a secret, which is not cool, you know. I played drums for hardcore bands since I was 13 or something. I was in a band called Mannamúl. We went to Battle of the Bands in 2000 and got to the finals, and all the media was crazy about us because we were so young and so energetic. But I guess maybe 14, 15, I got really into movie scores. Like I think I watched like The Green Mile or something, and I just fell in love with that music. I was like, whoa, classical music is actually really cool. You know, but at that time I still couldn't listen to. I didn't listen to any classical music. This was just my image of good classical music, like modern movie scores. I still didn't really like, you know, old composers like Bach or whatever. But I started really studying it. Like I downloaded the score for The Green Mile somewhere, and I took each note by note and played it so slowly that I would actually understand what he's doing there, like in each scene, and see like, hey, you know, this is what he does to create this kind of feeling. And I really explored it. England is a really hard place to tour. It's much less hospitality than Europe. There's much less ambition amongst the promoters, I think, because the competition in England is so big between all the bands. Like each time in Britain there's like hundreds of bands touring, international and English. So and I'm just one of those few hundred bands, and even like we've noticed some cities we go to, there's maybe 10 other big shows going on at the same night. But still, a lot of our shows have been huge, while others have been really tiny. Like I think the smallest one was 40 people and the biggest one was 500 people. But both of those were in really big cities. It's just a matter of, you know, finding the right people to work with. It's been okay so far. I know my tour manager has been getting quite angry about a lot of things. He doesn't like England at all.
Excellent gig, mate. Thank you.
I can't believe how much good music comes out of Iceland, though. It's like, it's amazing.
I would say 90% of interviewers ask me this question: why is Iceland so special? First I had an answer like, it isn't special. It's just, you think it is because you only hear about the good bands. And then I realized, you know, maybe there is something, because if you compare Iceland to like a city in the UK, city of 500,000 people, there's no music scene, maybe a couple of bands, none of them are good. Why in Reykjavík, a city of 150,000 people, I was in denial because it's a cliché, and I didn't want to take part in the cliché. But it's a cliché, okay, but it's true. There are so many good bands compared to the amount of people there. I think this is what Barði from Bangang said in an interview once. People knew that no matter what they do, they're not going to sell more than 200 records in Iceland because the market is so small. So they just go and do whatever they want. And they're not trying to be pop to sell a lot of records because it's not going to happen. There's enough. I mean, if you're pop, you still just sell 200 records. I mean, platinum record in Iceland is 10,000 platinum. So yeah, people just went out and did whatever the fuck they want to do, and out comes this really special music.